we are. This is Carlos, and this is his house here. And Carlos has an amazing property. We're going to check it out today. Carlos, how big is your land here?
So right here, I have 2.16 acres.
2.16.
Yeah, so the houses are right here in the front, and then everything else is trees.
All right, what made you decide to plant trees?
Okay, so what happened was I came from New York, and I came and I started to live in a HOA community, very small yard. My mother had gotten me early on into planting things, and I needed a bigger space. So when I came across this handyman special, I jumped into it, sold property in New York, came over here through all the rules, and did everything I had to do over here, and thank goodness I have this little property.
And who'd you learn from your mother about planting trees, or did you just...
Yeah, actually, when I was a little kid, I used to go with my grandfather. He used to plant sugar canes. He used to do pineapples. And he was always a man of the earth. So I used to go with him when I was little, and I used to watch him. And all of a sudden, I was just ingrained with that.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. Well, how long have you been on this property?
Right here, I've been about 2.5 years. So everything you're going to see has been done in the 2.5 year time.
Okay, and in the 2.5 years, have you moved a lot of things, or are you pretty much set with your plans?
Not at all. Once it's in the ground, it's in the ground. Unless I see that there might be nematodes or something in the ground, and I see the tree dying back, I might try to save it. There's one tree back there that I'm gonna try to save after today. I noticed it yesterday. It was kind of weeping, so I have to get it out of the ground.
Now we're in the Central Florida area, Kissimmee area. Is there something you found out that you want to grow here that you can't?
Oh, there's quite a few things that I'm trying to grow here that I shouldn't be trying to grow here, but let's see what happens, right?
Okay.
Like the white sapote, the raw sapote, the green sapote. I'm trying all that.
And have you gotten fruit on any of your trees yet?
Yes, I got in just a few fruit this year. The trees are still pretty small, but the past 2 years before this year, it was really, really cold, and a lot of things died back, so I had to do a lot of trimming. So this year I got very, very little fruit. We got hit with a strong case of powdery mildew. So the powdery mildew did a number on those flowers this year.
How many trees you say got in the ground?
I have about 65 varieties, and I have well over 130 to maybe 150 mango trees alone. And then I have everything else.
And where are you getting most of your trees?
Okay, so there's 3 primary places that I get my stuff. So obviously you've been to Nick's Edibles, my man Nick. You have Malia and Boyd on Growing with Grace Nursery. And then you have Montura Gardens. Those are my 3 primary sources.
Okay. And do you have a well here? Or
I do. I have my own well. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't have all these trees.
Okay. All right, show us around.
Okay, so this is the entrance. We're gonna go this way over to the left-hand side. Right here, I'm just growing some bananas and some grapefruit.
I don't see any. Oh, there are bananas. Okay.
Yeah, some bananas. Those little bananas actually came from Puerto Rico. Okay. They're the small little bananas. So I try to order some things also from nurseries in Puerto Rico because my mother likes a lot of the Puerto Rican fruit, and some guanabanas from Puerto Rico as well. So we go down this way. We have our first mango tree. This is the orange essence, and the orange essence has one little mango on it over on this side. It looks nice and healthy.
Yes.
So a lot of people tell me, oh, why you leave them on the ground? I lay them on the grass. Let nature take its course.
Now, on that note, nature take its course. I don't think, did you just not get to mowing yet, or did you just leave it like
No,
that
I
on
do
purpose?
this on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually do this on purpose. What happens is that the heat is overbearing over here, and the sun really rains down on you. So I always leave some grass around the tree to preserve the moisture on the tree. That way the sun doesn't hit the bottom of the tree directly. That's my fear. So I always leave some of the grass there to keep the moisture in.
And where'd you learn that from?
My mother.
Okay.
My mother always does it. It works wonders for her.
Okay. All right, we got orange essence.
Orange essence.
When you plan these out, did you plan how far you were going to plant them?
I wanted to get as many trees in as possible. I did see quite a few videos, your videos and other people's videos. They talk always about that space. So I try to space them out, about 10 feet. But sometimes it's really difficult when you want to get a lot of trees in here. So I have the dwarf ice cream over here. And here I have an orange essence. And there I have a fruit punch. So from here to here is about 10 feet. From here to here is about 10 feet. From here to here is about 10 feet.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get as many as possible in there. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like I said, orange essence, you have ice cream, you have fruit punch, and you have pink moon.
Okay.
Here you have a tropical medicinal eucalyptus tree.
Okay.
So it's not for
So
show.
were any trees here when you moved in?
Huh?
Were any fruit trees here when you moved in?
Just these palm trees that you see here. These were the only trees here, and I removed about 13 or 14 palm trees. So I got rid of a lot of palm trees here.
Now let me just tell everybody here.
Yeah.
This is a good thing
You
here.
can actually see one mango hanging on this side.
All right, let me tell you. This, everybody, there's like a triangle here of these 3 trees. This will work, even though they're 10 feet apart, because they have 3 sides open on each side.
Correct.
So because of those 3 sides open, you will get a good amount of mangoes. In the middle, you'll get some mangoes, but 10 feet apart is close and it's going to shade out the middle. But 3 sides of each tree, that's not a bad idea. You could even came closer with the same idea.
That was my
Three
thought exactly.
sides.
And I know that I'm gonna stay on top of these trees and make sure they properly trimmed. This year, I was advised by some people, especially Kevin, that he said, Juan Carlos, you should just let the trees grow. Let the trees grow this year because they've been hit hard for 2 years. Just let them grow. So this year is just growing. I'm not gonna touch the trees. I'm not gonna trim the trees. Everything is just growth this year.
What was that?
This is fruit punch.
Oh, you got a fruit punch on there.
How
Nice.
beautiful that looks.
Nice.
Beautiful fruit punch.
Now, some people, when the trees are this small, will cut the fruit. Some people leave it on. What's your thought on that?
My thought on this is that I haven't gotten much fruit off the tree, so I want to taste something.
Got it.
I don't want to keep paying and paying and paying to get mangoes. I'm gonna take what I have.
Okay.
This year, actually, when they came over, Mr. Wells, Mr. Mike Wells, and the whole group, the misfits I call them, when they came over, they actually saw a little mango on the floor like this small. And it was a rosy gold that actually developed the fruit. And I said, just let the rosy go. So when they came, they were like, oh my goodness, look at this little tree with a mango on it. So it was fun. We had a good time.
All right, what's next?
So this is medicinal eucalyptus.
Yep.
We use it for rubs, we use it for teas, we use it for all that stuff. Right here, I have my pineapple pleasure.
Okay.
So pineapple pleasure is growing here. It had one fruit early on, but it aborted it. Right here, I have the Bombay, which I have to make sure that I keep nice and trimmed, because you know these could be very vigorous and they could take over the
Ultra
yard.
vigorous.
Ultra vigorous, and it's ultra vigorous with that one over there too. That's why I left more space this way with this tree over here, which is a Valencia Pride.
Wow.
Look how big this Valencia Pride is.
Yeah, wow. So how much space did you leave?
This is about 12 or 13 feet.
Okay.
That's about 12, 13 feet, and even that is not nearly enough when they start touching. But at least the idea with this was that this was going to help me put some shade in the dog run for my dog Floki over there. And then this over here is going to take up just this space over here because I'm going to trim it hard in the center.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have Jamaican cherries, obviously. You have to have some Jamaican cherries. I know you don't have the space. You remove your Jamaican cherries, but I have the space. I have to have it. Okay. So this name always escapes me. This is that Indian variety from India. It's very hard to grow here in Florida. You remember what type that is, Paul?
Alfonso?
Alfonso, that's right, that's right. This is the Alfonso. It's hard to grow here. It had some flowers this year for me. They were all the way in the bottom, but that powdery mildew got on it, and they were done. So that's the Alfonso.
And an Acerola cherry here?
Yeah, this is Barbados.
Barbados.
Barbados cherry, I have this one. That one has like 3 varieties of Barbados cherry. They all have different sized leaves and everything. It's interesting. I thought it was one variety, but it's not. So here is just where I keep some of the pots. So I have some Avocados. I have some reds. I have that famous blue one. The red hybrid. I have the Sabra. I have some in-betweens. I don't remember all the names of them, but they all labeled. And I got into this because everyone else was getting into this. If I could go back, I probably wouldn't have devoted so much time to having quite a few varieties.
So
I would have stuck with the red.
What's your goal, your ultimate goal with planting this many trees? Are you planning on selling them for your own personal use, both? What's your ultimate goal?
Well, the ultimate goal was to have my own food forest. I wanted to have my own food forest and grow my own stuff. That way I don't have to buy it in the supermarket. But obviously I got so much stuff that sooner or later two, 3 years down the road, I'm gonna have a lot of stuff. So I was planning to get my agricultural license. And I have a gentleman across the street that owns several grocery stores, and he came to me and he says, listen, Juan Carlos, if you're gonna have a lot of product and stuff like that, I'll buy it off of you wholesale. So I said, you know what? I didn't look for it. He came to me, so maybe we could work out a deal.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I just got lucky that way. This is what we call banana, breadfruit. So this is the mafala, obviously the Hawaiian variety. But I went on ahead, and this is one of the things that I shouldn't be growing here. You know, this is gonna be very difficult. I'm gonna keep them in pots as long as I can until they're thick enough to probably be able to take a little cold, but that's taking a chance also. These are subtropical, very tropical. And these are the ones from Puerto Rico. And one of your favorite things are the jackfruits. So I have a few varieties of jackfruit. Over here is where I'm growing those seedlings I told you about, the champagons.
Yep.
There they go. So one of them has your name on it. Those are the champagons and stuff like that. I have to keep them over there because they're still very young and the sun hits them too hard and their leaves start to mess up and fall off, so I have to keep them over there. These are all seedlings of top-notch varieties. So I planted these seedlings to see what I get. I'm gonna put these guys, because I'm gonna move my dog Floki to this part of the dog run, and I'm gonna use that part of the dog run to just grow the seedlings and just leave them there. Yeah, seedlings right here, different top-notch varieties and stuff like that. I'm just gonna let them grow, see if there's anything there. If there's nothing worthwhile there, I guess 6 years down the road, I'll start to graft something on them. But hopefully we have something there. We have a some achacha there, and some abiyus. So again, subtropical. I'm trying to grow them. Let's see what happens. You have lychees or lychees. So I have Mauritius and I have Sweetheart. This name always escapes me, but this is Julian's second favorite from Laura Farms. So this one's Albanashar.
Yeah.
So that's the one. So I have his first favorite over there, and this is his second favorite. So I have both. I also got from Julian some sapotes, the mamey sapote, the viejo, and I also ordered the Jamaica. You guys keep putting out those videos. You've been driving me crazy, making me buy stuff. So yeah, this is a Gary mango. I had cut it back quite a bit, so this year it didn't flower. And this is a Dominican variety of avocado. It's a big avocado. It's pretty creamy, so it's not a watered down avocado. And it seemed like a good variety when we had it. I have some jackfruit over there. And I have some jackfruit in the back of the ground. So here, I'm growing some rootstock. This is the traditional tree from Puerto Rico. They just grows flowers. My wife wants me to put it in the front, but I'm like, that's a space right there for a fruit.
Exactly.
Yeah, these I got online. These are Chinese jujubes. Okay, so they're very closely related to the tiger one that Nick's Edibles carry, and this is the tiger one here, the tiger jujube. Pineapples, and here are the viejo mameys I got from Julian. Lemongrass. Some hog plum. And this is the yard.
Wow. Wow.
And that's Floki.
Hello. Wow, this is...
What do you think for Central Florida, Kissimmee,
Wow.
huh?
And how far apart you said the trees were?
Oh, some of these, depending on what variety, because some I planted in the middle because those are the types of papayas that come and go, so you could easily remove them when they're done. But yeah, I have I try to do it anywhere from 8 feet to 10 feet. Some of them may be spaced out 12 feet, depending if they're a large variety or not. Wow. I'm trying to get as many things in here as possible. So this is the dog run here that I'm gonna be using for all the seedlings in the near future.
Okay.
It's a good amount of space right there.
What do your neighbors think of this?
Oh, they love it. They love it. Now, if you look at the gates, I started off with 5 feet, a 5-foot gate. What happened was that the deer were jumping over a 5-foot gate, and they were eating all my avocados and citrus trees.
battery across it. That's a new battery.
The fence is a 5-foot fence, but the deer were jumping over the fence. So I had to put another 5 feet on top of that, another 5 feet fence. And they try to get over. They reached about 7 feet high. And there's some markings on the fence where they try to get over. So now they're upset with me. But they were doing a number on my avocado trees and on my citrus trees.
They can't get in now.
Now they can't get in. So now the trees have breathing room. Now they're actually growing some new leaves, new growth. So lemons, we have the M4.
Lemons, there's an M4.
Yep, M4. These are the yellow variety of strawberry tree or Jamaican cherry. Right here we got Cat.
Delicious.
Cat is an excellent variety. I have 2 trees, 2 Cat trees.
Of every tree you have you tasted all of them?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. And some of them are not that great, but some of them are early season, like the Floragon is early season. I only have 1 Floragon tree, but I'm thinking I might top work that one. And Rosy Gold is a very early season, so. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. This is a Haas, plain old Haas avocado. So let's see how this does. I might have to wrap it up a little bit in the winter, because it doesn't take the cold well. So we have Maha Chinook. I'm thinking maybe we could go this way and then we work our way down.
Okay.
We have Maha Chinook. We have Oro Negro, avocado. We have some Pickering. We have Cogs Hall. We have Carry. And then right behind the Carry, you have another Pickering. Pickering always stays small. They're a very dwarf tree. That's been like that since I got it 2.5 years ago. It's been, I think it grew maybe 2 or 3 inches the most. So we have some sugar apple. I have like 2 or 3 different varieties of sugar apple. Charolata, the Lisa Tamoya. I have like 3 or 4 varieties of peaches. This one's fruit punch mango. Fruit cocktail. This one's fruit cocktail. This one's fruit punch. Angie. Angie's always a beautiful mango, right? Charolata. This one produced 2 fruits for me last year. They were delicious, this Charolata. Have you ever tasted the Charolata?
No, I haven't.
Charolata is actually very, very good. My understanding is a cross between the Natamoya and a sugar apple.
Now, do you spray your trees with anything?
Nothing. That's why I think the powdery mildew did a number on it. I should have had some of the copper to throw on it, but or maybe some sulfur. Yeah, the sulfur. But have you ever tasted Torbet?
Never heard of Torbet.
Torbet is an old school mango. Torbet is a daughter of Hayden.
Okay.
So this is an old school mango. The interesting thing about Torbets is they look like little red apples. Look at that. They're completely round. Look at that. Torbet is a classical taste, a little pineapple taste, but it's mostly classical, just like its mama. We have, okay, let me just go this way. This is another Charolata. Right here I got ice cream bananas, and then I got plantains. And the idea of that was that I wanted to try to make a windbreaker right here. So I'm planting some of the passion fruit against the gate so it could expand on the gate to use as a windbreaker. And a second windbreaker will be all the bananas on this side so it won't hit the trees directly. So that's the goal, because this is the north and this is where the winds come from. Venus. Now Venus has been varying in size this year, from mid-range Venuses to bigger Venuses on this side. Look at the size of this Venus over here.
Wow.
Look at that. So this year, this Venus tree is holding quite a few, because if you look in the center, there's some even happening in there. See that in the center?
Yeah.
Nice, big, beautiful Venus. It's supposed to be a late season mango, but this year everything started coming in early. There was no such thing as late season this year. Everything was coming. As a matter of fact, I have one tree. I'm gonna see if it still has it. That started to produce flowers just now.
Which is interesting because the rest of everything.
And that one's a pina colada that's throwing the flowers. Yeah, this one's pina colada here. And they only held one mango this year. We have some avocados here. We have Mexicola Grande. This is the ice cream. Coconut cream. This is coconut cream. We have some carambola from Puerto Rico.
Now, star fruit, right?
Yep, carambola.
Both of those are carambola?
Yes, from Puerto Rico. So that's a different variety.
Now, and you got the third one there?
No, this is two, and that's a peach in the middle.
Okay.
So they stay small. They stay pretty small.
You know how big the carambolas get, right?
Yeah. But the thing with this carambola right here is that it's easy to keep it nice and tight.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's see. It's serving me as a windbreaker too, so. it's doing multiple things. This one is a lemon zest. I have two trees right here that are pina colada. This one here is a sea crest. This one here is a phoenix. This one here is an orange sherbet. This one here is a super Julie. This one here is a cotton candy. I'm like, they ask me, how the hell do you memorize all this stuff? When you walk your yard so many times, you memorize
You have
it.
them labeled, right?
Yeah, some of them are labeled. I have these labels here. I made a mistake because I bought one type of label one time and then I tried to get the same one and it was different. The one I got before, you could easily engrave the names easily in there and then do it with a marker. These are harder to engrave and stuff like that. I don't know why they make them like that, but we have Oro Negro again, a second Oro Negro. Right there, we got Kryptonite, Kathy. And what I did here, starting here, I have citrus that go in the shape of an L. So I have all different types of citrus trees going around and then in the shape of an L. So I use that also as a windbreaker for the mangoes. This one's a Malika. Last year, Malika was a hit for us over here. A lot of people don't like Malika. We enjoy Malika. We like that strong papaya, sweet papaya taste. And then it ends it with that strong coconut flavor if you let it go. We have M4. That M4 tree produced like 5 or 6 this year. This one I just threw it here, and I know this is a vigorous grower. The Edward. Edward is a vigorous grower, so let's see. I might move that one. Okay, let's see. This is a lemon zest. Lemon zest. So
is the best.
lemon, well, not for me.
No.
I hear that saying all the time. Lemon zest is the best. It's cool. Lemon zest is in the top 10 for sure. For me.
What's your favorite?
I have more orange sherbet than anything else. I'm an orange sherbet now.
Okay.
So I like orange sherbet. I like Super Alfonso, P22. I lean towards that side. The zesty is, the zestiness on that is really, really good. I enjoy that. The citrus, all the citrus are pretty good. Sassy Love is like, but it's still, to me, I still like the orange sherbet, P22, Super Alfonso. Those type. Even Kathy was amazing this year.
You liked Fruit Cocktail too.
Fruit Cocktail was amazing last year. So Fruit Cocktail quickly became one of my son's favorite. And then his favorite was Glen, because kids love that Glen. And he had one of the last mangoes he had last year was a Valkyrie, and he said, that's it, Valkyrie is it. So he switched up to Valkyrie, and Valkyrie was amazing last year. So I guess, I don't know if it's with the area or the place, but yeah, some of these mangoes take on a different form, a different taste. Like, it's not always the same every year. Of course, you always have those top tier mangoes that you always like, like the lemon zest, the lemon meringue, things like that, because they're just good to the taste buds. But I don't know. This guy here is a juicy peach. I have 2 jackfruits here. This is the My One. This one I might top work, but last year it produced very well for me. And this is a mango that a lot of people have issues with, the Duncan. The Duncan that I had was just nice, smooth, not overwhelming. It was nice and big. It was very clean. No diseases on it whatsoever. The tree, you could keep it compact. So I'm iffy about getting rid of it or top working. I'm still giving it a chance because it's been doing good for me. So I don't want to hurt it yet. What do you think about the Duncan?
The early season Dunkins, to me, don't taste good at all. The later season ones are decent. The tree is very disease free, and the tree does grow on the bigger side, and it's a great producer.
That's why I figured it was very clean and a great producer. So I'm gonna hold on to it a little longer. Let's see, before I decide to top work anything. I have plenty of trees, so I don't need to be thinking about top working anything right now. I'll just let it be. Look how beautiful that cluster of Kathy is. Right here I have Jakarta. I have a few different varieties of avocados. So I have Mexicola Grande, Mexicola, I have Pancho, Brogdon. And a lot of people don't like Brogdon because the seed to flesh ratio is, has a big seed. But I happen to be one of those people that likes the Brogdon. Brogdon is actually my third favorite. This is Juicy Peach. And here I have some Chinese pears. Chinese pears do. This is that tree that I told you that is hurting, that I have to move it out of here. I don't know if it's the ground or if it got infested with red ants, but it's not happy here. I checked the bottom yesterday and there's still a lot of life in here. There's a lot of life in there, still green inside. So most likely I'll take this guy out and give him a second chance in a pot. Try to revive him back.
What is it?
This is a lemon zest.
Okay.
Lemon zest. This is lemon zest. And for some reason, lemon zest doesn't do really well here in Central Florida. And that's another thing why lemon zest for me is not the best. Because even though it tastes really good and it's an awesome mango, the amount of diseases and the things you got to do with lemon zest. I've lost 2 lemon zest trees and I've planted them in different places. I don't know what's going on, if it's the ground, if it's temperamental, but it does have a lot of issues, especially with powdery mildew, anthracnose, and all the other things. So yeah, it does suffer from a lot of that stuff. That's the only downfall of lemon zest. So when people ask me, I say, yeah, listen, lemon zest is an awesome mango. Go buy yourself a box, have some, but don't put it in the ground. That's my take on it. I don't know how you feel about that, Paul, but I know that you have the lemon meringue. Its mother does pretty good. Right here, I haven't had any problems with lemon meringue. Orange sherbet is holding one here. Look how small this tree is. So again, some pears. I have some apples, old granny apples. Actually, last year my old granny apple gave me 2 or 3 apples. So that was interesting because I didn't expect that to produce here. But I have the male and the female over there, the Anna and the Barlett. So maybe that's why. Maybe they cross-pollinated each other. So here you have the Fairchild mango. Here you have a pollock. I'm trying to grow the pollock here. I know it's very sensitive to the cold. This is the pollock avocado. Obviously, it's not the super pollock, but I like the taste of pollock. Right here, the sun has been beaming down hard on these trees, so they're losing a lot of their leaves, and then they just jump right back up. This is a new variety. It's a cross between a Lula and a Simmons. So you know Simmons is one of those top notch. So they're trying to cross it with the Lula to see if it gets the cold resistance, but to maintain that Simmons taste. Let's see what happens with that. Okay. So again, this is the citrus. Citrus, I have all different types of citrus. So you have Tangelo, you have all different types of tangerines, you have blood orange, you have all that stuff. We walk down this way. We have different types of bananas. I even got some plantains from California. I have some California plantains here, gold fingers and all that stuff. But just different varieties. The Namwa, I have the ice cream bananas. I have Chiquita bananas. So they're all in this section here. So this section here, when I'm gonna actually start growing things in between things to make that food forest, I'm gonna start from back here and start working my way down. And I'm only gonna probably go half of the yard, no more than that. And this is gonna be the intense section. And then the other section down there is gonna be more manageable. But let's see how that works. I could only hope and pray to see how it goes. What do you think so far?
Impressive. I like the selection of trees you got.
Yeah. I try to put a little diversity because I got all gun-ho about the mangoes when you first start.
Yep.
You know, that obsession goes there and then you don't even think straight. So after 65 varieties and 100 something trees later, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And then I started getting into variety. Right there is the creme brulee. I put that one in the ground not so long ago.
One in the ground 2 days ago.
The creme brulee?
Yeah.
Creme brulee, I heard some awesome things about.
I heard awesome things too, as if this time I haven't tasted it yet.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't.
good
That's the
enough.
one I have not tasted.
I heard good enough where I put it in the ground.
Yeah, so did I. So I bought two. I kept one in the pot and one in the ground. The same thing with the white puree. I got one in the ground and one in the pot.
Best.
Yeah, so those
you
two.
had that one?
Yes. I
Amazing.
put the white puree over there and I have one in the pot.
Yeah.
So I bought two of each, one in the pot, one in the ground. So the white puree. This guy here is the triple sec sea crest.
Wonderful.
What happened here with these guys, I had planted them that last year. They're supposed to be a trompo canistel. The cold killed them both. The rootstock grew back. So I don't know what type of rootstock they've been using with the canistel to put diversity. Do you happen to know what type of rootstock?
No, but have you tasted it?
I tasted the trompo. The trompo, it was okay. I think the Fairchild is better.
I agree.
So the Fairchild is better to my taste buds. But the point remains, it came back from the rootstock, so I don't know what I have now.
Yeah.
I have two of these. And then black sapote. I have two different varieties of black sapote.
Now, so what varieties do you have?
Oh, the labels were on there. So this one is the something snow. Hold on.
Now let me ask you, before you even give me those varieties,
Uh-huh.
do you have a plan to take one of these out?
Well, the black sapote,
Yeah.
I know they're very vigorous. They're
And
big.
this too. This is not
This is
going
the
to be.
match snow.
This is not going to be able to work.
Yeah, I know.
So do you have plans like temporary trees and permanent trees, or did you not plan that?
No, that I didn't plan here. That's
That's my issue with the high density gardening.
Yeah,
It's
high
like,
density.
it works great for the first 5 to 6 years,
Mhm.
but if you have a plan of this is just a temporary tree for this
Yeah.
is beautiful what you got here, but somebody's gonna have to go.
Yeah, I figured that in the long run, that's what's gonna happen. The black sapote, this is a test, as I've had a black sapote before, but when those two colds came down, they just destroyed the black sapote. So I'm hoping we don't get another one of those things for at least another 7 to 10 years.
Sure.
And by that time, I'll have some fruit. So let's see what happens. So that's a match snow. And this one over here has been taking a beating from the sun. And this is a different variety. See, it still has the tag on this. So I had a matte snow and I had a different variety. It was two different varieties. I have it written down inside, but this one has lost its tag. But there's two different varieties.
Okay.
All right, so over there in that corner, I have a phoenix. In the center over here, it's a fruit punch. This one here is a harvest moon. How beautiful that harvest moon is.
Beautiful.
Beautiful harvest moon. Right
Going
here.
fast too. Is that how long? Has that been in the ground the same amount as the other stuff?
Yeah, this one I got is a 25 gallon, so I put it in the ground last year. Last year I put it in the ground. It had some flowers this year. It was holding some mangoes, but they aborted it. This guy right here, I know you just got this one recently also, the Sun Puri.
Oh yeah.
So what's interesting about this, if you take a look at this one, and I'll show you the sibling that I got at the same exact time that's in a pot, the growth difference is ridiculous. They don't even look like brothers and sisters. This one is much bigger than the one in the pot. Right here, I started my jackfruit collection thanks to you. So this is the J31. Black gold. Black gold.
Have you tasted them?
Huh?
Have you tasted all of these?
No. I'm going with what you guys are talking about over there. So, yeah. Now I did taste the China, which was good. And I tasted the Mai one, which was decent. I think the China I like better than the Mai one.
Look at this.
This is a China that I got from Mix Edible.
My eyes are caught here to this persimmon. Wow.
Yeah, this is a beautiful persimmon tree.
Wow.
This is the Fuyu variety.
Fuyu, and you can grow Fuyu up here. Grows great up here.
Yeah, this is pretty loaded for a small tree.
This is amazing.
Look at that.
Wow. If I lived in this environment, I'd have a lot of persimmon trees. A lot.
Yeah, yeah. So I have about 3, maybe 4 varieties because this is the American persimmon.
Okay.
This is the Japanese, the Fuyu. And here I have what is called crystal red persimmon. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
It has
Sounds
a fruit.
great.
This one turns bright red. It's smaller than the Fuyu, but it turns bright red. It's a beautiful fruit. So I have 2 of these guys. And I have the Chinese persimmon and the Fuyu persimmon and the American persimmon.
Good.
So I have different types. I'm trying to grow those to see how they do. Some more jackfruit, J31 and black gold. So back there I have a diamond. I have coconut cream. I have Fairchild. Another coconut cream. I have some more carambola back there, the star fruit. But over there are the ones from here. You know, what is it? Aiken, and the Cary.
Yep.
So those guys, I told you about the old granny apple. That's the Val Cary. Along this side, I have some jackfruit seedlings, all for the parents right there. So I have the Bragdonton, I have the Champagne, the Christmas, and it's just the Jewish name. What's the one I'm looking for? Not Judah. It has another name. Let me see. Yehuda.
Yehuda, yeah.
Yehuda. If you come down this way, this guy I was fighting with, trying to save him. This one I saved. I took him out of the ground. He was somewhere else. I guess the nematodes were hitting him hard. Took him out of the ground, put him in a pot, washed off all the roots, replanted him. About 3 months later, he was coming back nice. I threw him in here. And he's doing great now.
What is it?
This is triple sec.
Triple sec. Okay.
Yep, seed press. This is the Indian jujube. It produced really well last year for me. It was loaded. They were like this big, those jujubes.
Wow.
Nice and big. Nice big green jujubes. They taste like apples and pears and very crunchy. This is the new variety, the new Zills variety of the black Suriname cherries.
Yep.
I have 3 black Surinames, and I have some mulberries.
How often do you spend out here each day?
Every day I come out here.
Okay.
I come down here, I check every leaf, I check everything. Make sure the trees are good. I'm obsessed with this stuff. So every day I'm out here. My wife says, "You're getting too much sun, you're getting too much sun." I'm like, yeah, I'm breaking out in freckles and stuff.
Now are
like
you
that.
both from Puerto Rico?
Yeah, our ancestry is from Puerto Rico, yeah.
Okay.
Bro, from New York, yeah. Our ancestry is from Puerto Rico. It's interesting because when you do ancestry DNA, all the history that you've been told is all lies, right? When you start looking at your DNA, you're like, what? I have a little bit of this, I have a little bit of that. Yeah, it's like, it's all lies. History is a bunch of lies. This is a Madame Francis. Madame Francis. Now look at these marks. Look at that. That's deer damage.
Wow.
This is why I had to put up those fences. because this deers were like destroying everything, and they
About
hit.
raccoons or anything like that? You have any issues
I
with?
haven't had any problems with raccoons. Over
Squirrels?
here, for some strange reason, the squirrels are not hurting me that bad, and I think it's because there's still enough space in between the trees where they're afraid to run, where there's openings, because right here we have hawks, we have owls, we have large eagles that come down and they swipe you. So I have seen a rabbit or two up in here, but they haven't messed with my mangoes yet. So I just see them running around, digging the ground or whatever, but I haven't seen them messing with the mangoes. Right here, I have custard apples. These are all custard apples. This is, I have 3 P22s. It's one of my favorite mangoes, the P22. I have 3 of these. I have some Kaimito. So these are Kaimito. I have the purple variety. I have the green Kaimito. And then this Kaimito over here is interesting because it doesn't look like the purple and it doesn't look like the green. It looks like something different. It's a Kaimito, but the leaves are very, very small. Would you happen to know what Kaimito comes with very, very small leaves? So there's this guy over here. And it's starting to grow new leaves again, but the leaves are always really tiny and small. I've been trying to figure out what type of Kaimito is this because the leaves are always tiny.
Is it a graft or a seedling?
This is a graft.
Okay, where'd you get it from?
This was gifted to me.
Okay.
When I was starting the yard, there was this person that had, and he was like, you know what, I have a Kaimito. They do very well, it's already produced, and it did produce for me. Nice, big ones like this, and it was delicious. But I can't figure out what type of Kaimito is this because the leaves just like throw me off. Very, very small leaves. So right here I have little gems. And little gems are always loaded. No matter how small they are, they always get loaded. And then I have a honey kiss here. Ice cream. The honey kiss? Yeah. And the ice cream. Right there. And over on that side, I have Ugly Betty. That's the Valencia Pride. As you can see, it has more space to the sides. But look at the trunk on that one. The deer got to it. They hurt that bad. Right behind you is a Kerry. Right here is a Kerry. And right there's some more green Indian jujubes. Right here I have a dwarf Hawaiian. And I was talking to Kev about the whole history of dwarf Hawaiian. Tell him that this is actually from Puerto Rico.
Yep.
So, and over there they call it Haititi. So it's a different variety. It's holding only 2 mangoes this year. Last year it held more, but it got hit with the cold and it died back, and I was just trying to save it. So if you look in here, more, look in here, look how far back it killed it. Look at that. It went really deep in there. Oh, this is dead. And it grew right above the graft. So I was fortunate to have it. But yeah, we got hit hard over here in Central Florida. It was hard. 2 rough winters. It dropped under 30 degrees for over a day and a half or 2. It was bad. This little guy right there is the white Paris.
White Paris is excellent.
Yeah, it's an excellent variety. This is the sweet tart. I have the black olives. Malak Sapodilla. And this is a seedling. Looking beautiful. Lemon meringue. M4. I have like 4 or 5 Lisa Atamoyas. I started to get on the Atamoya bandwagon. So let's see how that works out for me over here. And they're supposed to be a little more cold hardy, so let's see. This is my second Venus tree. Right here I have some apricots. And this is my mystery mango.
You don't know what it is.
Don't know what it is. I saw it, the tree was so beautiful and everything. They gave it to me at a discount. I said, you know what, I can't say no to that discount. So I bought it, not knowing what it is. And what it was is that I was looking at the leaves. I don't know if you could probably pick this up too, but I was looking at the leaves and everything, and to me, this looks like a cotton candy.
I don't know. You'll find out soon.
I know. It should produce next year for sure. But all the telltale signs of a cotton candy. So I was like, man, I might be in luck with a cotton candy. So let's see. But it's a mystery mango. This one I got hammered with. I don't remember what nursery I bought this one from, but it was mislabeled. And I figured that one out because sometimes you overlook things. So the day the misfits were here, I remember that they were walking through here, and one of them turned sideways and looked at it and looked at the tag and said, this doesn't look like a Valkyrie. And he was absolutely right. That does not look like a Valkyrie. He's labeled as a Valkyrie, but this is not a Valkyrie. Look at that.
Yeah.
It has that, and I've looked, Paul, I've tried to find what the hell this is, and I can't find what this is. It's squared off in the bottom, all of them are. I'm like, what could this be? Look at this. Squared off at the bottom.
Maybe when you taste it, you'll know.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good variety, but it's definitely not a Valkyrie. The Valkyrie's over there. The Valkyrie looks just like a carry, except it's a little longer. So, that's Valencia Pride. My mom's favorite mango.
Looking for a reason, or did you put more stuff?
Well, this is where I have my water line. So I threw a water line going straight through here to the very end. And then from the main water line, I connected 4 more water lines on each side. So I have 4 spigots that way, 4 spigots this way, and 4 spigots in the middle, meaning 12.
What about do you have a drain field here, or a septic, or are you on city water?
I have septic tanks. Yeah, I have septic tanks. Not up back here, but I have septic tanks on the 2 houses, the mother-in-law suite and my main house. I have 2 septic tanks. Yeah, but back here, it's all hand watering.
So the drain field, though, you didn't plan over the drain field?
No.
Okay, no. What do you mean it's hand watering? You got all this on water, right?
Yeah, but these are spigots. So I connect the hose to it and hand water them.
Everything here?
Everything here.
Really?
Everything here.
Okay.
The main thing that I hate are the avocados, sometimes the citrus, or those trees that need a little more. And what do you call it? But the rest, the mangoes, they're pretty much established. I don't have to worry except the little ones. So the mangoes get less water than anything else. The avocado trees get more water. So yeah, I do all hand watering here. This is where I spend my time. And for me, being a school teacher, to me it's a therapy. So that's what I do. When I get out of there working with the kids and everything, I come straight to my backyard just to relax. Because for me, it's a therapy. This is that classic mango, the Spirit of 76.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and I really enjoy this mango. It has a nice fruity taste to it. There's only one hanging on the tree. This got hit this year with powdery mildew big time.
When you're in Orlando, you can't come to Orlando without seeing.
Hey, who's that?
Look who's joining us.
Look who's that.
Good morning. It's Fruitful Trees.
Orlando Garden, everybody.
Look at Kev. Look at Kev.
How's everybody?
I like that shirt, Kev.
Thank you
You
very
might leave naked here.
Getting the tour, brother.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing, ain't it? Couple of
Yeah.
years.
In a couple of years, you see a big difference in this place. When you have canopies and everything, it's gonna be nice. This had 2 mangoes. I took them off already. This is another old classic. This is the Excalibur. And this year's Excalibur was beautiful. It was orange. It had all types of fruit tones on it. It was a delicious mango. But it's because we also like that classic flavor. There's a lot of people that are into all these exotic type things and multiple tastes and all that stuff, multiple flavors. But we're kind of leaning towards the classic. This is the Super Alfonso. The Super Alfonso was amazing this year. Oh man, the taste that come out of that mango.
Wait a minute, don't talk about Super Alfonso.
Super Alfonso was amazing this year so far.
Listen, man, Paul just sent me one. I just called Montero. I just called him today. Paul has been telling me for the last couple of years,
Super Alfonso is
you got to
amazing.
get it.
Man.
I had one when it first came out, and it was like, man, blah.
Really?
Yeah, and Paul
Even
has
the
been
first one I
saying-
tasted was amazing.
Yeah,
Woo.
yeah, the one he sent me the other day.
And I did. I took one that was just a
You were
couple of
right.
days, and I let one go.
Yeah.
The one that I let go, man,
Yeah, it blew me away.
It was good. It was good.
Don't ever, everybody, don't base your taste on 1 or 2 tastings. You got to taste something several times before you determine if it's good or not.
Yeah.
So I've tasted stuff that was terrible and it turned out to be great, and vice versa. So.
Yeah. But this Super Alfonso was amazing this year. The P20, have you had any P22s? Woo!
Yes.
Yeah, this is so like I told you, one of my favorites, the orange sherbet. So I have about 5 or 6 orange sherbet trees. This is orange sherbet. Right here, this is the only Hayden I have, and I have the Hayden because this is the giveaway mango. Right, Kev? The giveaway mango?
Which one?
Hayden.
Oh, yeah. No, Duncan.
Okay, Duncan. Duncan's the giveaway mango. All right.
Wait 1 second, I gotta. That's Hayden.
Yeah, so this is Hayden. Some other types of carambola. Right here, I have the fruit cocktail. Right there, I have the lemon zest. So lemon zest, I have about 4 or 5 lemon zest as well. Even though they have all these issues, since I have the space, I want the mango. So for those who do not have a lot of space, they have to think about that. Orange sherbet, coconut cream. This is guanabana, but this guanabana comes from Homestead, so it's the Homestead guanabana. I don't have Laura Farms, the Miami soursop. I don't have that one. These guys right here and these guys right here are the custard apple, the ones from Brazil. San Pablo custard apple. I hear that Fernandez is a little better. I'm not sure, but I hear that they're right there battling back and forth, right?
They're both great. Can't go wrong with you.
So that's what I have. I have 4 of those. What's this, Paul?
Is that Maha Chinook?
Maha Chinook? It looks like Maha?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. You don't have a label on it?
That's not Maha.
No?
No. Take a second guess.
Second guess.
I can't believe you can't tell. This one you could probably tell better.
Kim Moon?
No.
No.
Lemon meringue. This is lemon meringue.
No.
Yes, it is lemon meringue. That's lemon
I got
meringue.
news for you. I don't think that's lemon meringue.
For real?
Yeah.
This is. I bought it as a lemon meringue. This is supposed to be
got
like.
news
I'm
for
gonna
you.
show you my mahas. They look very different. Look,
Yeah.
watch the maha. Come. Look at the maha Chinook over here.
I don't think that's lemon meringue, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. They look. I got them as lemon meringue. Look, this is the maha right here. These are maha Chinook.
Brother, these are exactly like those. They look identical.
Well, hopefully I
on.
didn't get scammed.
Come on, these are identical.
Look at this.
Look, you see how long they are,
You
everybody?
think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my goodness! Don't tell me I got
See,
hit
look
hard
at
with
that.
that one
They're
too.
identical. Look, look how long that is.
Yeah, that's the maha.
Yeah, and then let's come over here
Oh my
to what he thinks.
Let me see the leaf. I gotta take a leaf out of here.
So, yeah, this is
Because this one right here is a maha. The leaf is a little different.
Yeah, no, these are too long.
Oh, we'll find out. When I
We'll
taste
find
it, I'm
out.
gonna do a video, and I'll let you know on the video if this is
All right,
actually.
let me know if I'm right or wrong. But,
Yeah.
All right.
My understanding was that this one was a lemon meringue.
Let's
This
see
is a
what Kevin
maha
thinks.
right here.
Kevin, come here.
Yes,
Let's see
sir.
what Kevin thinks. Don't
Yeah.
say anything.
Look at this leaf.
Wait, don't say anything. What do you think that is? Orlando Garden is going to give us his opinion.
Just from right here, looks like Maha Chinook.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That, yeah.
Maha Chinook.
Now this one was labeled lemon meringue.
Oh, no.
Now
No.
this one's labeled Maha Chinook, and the leaves are very different. So could it be that one was the lemon meringue and this one was the Maha Chinook?
It
It
can
could be
happen.
vice versa.
Could be anything.
We'll find out. It could be anything. We'll find out when this
Yeah.
one produces next
Paul
year.
has a mystery tree down south.
Yeah.
No, I know what it is now.
You do?
Sugarloaf.
It's a sugarloaf.
I
Wow,
wonder
the
who
mystery
told
tree
you.
was a
I
sugarloaf?
wonder who kept telling you
That's
that.
not a bad. That's not a bad mystery tree. It turned out to be a sugarloaf.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I know. I've had them get that little point to
Yeah,
them.
the little
And that
first-
threw,
that-
that threw
But the
him.
first time Alex saw it, he was like, "No, I'm sure it's not." And then he looked at it. He goes, "I don't even need to see it. It is."
Yeah.
I have a mango over there that was mislabeled as a Val carrier. Maybe you
Uh-huh.
could take a look at it because I can't find it nowhere. I've
Right.
looked at all the pictures. I can't find.
All right,
what
let's
it
keep
is.
moving.
Yeah,
Most of
they
the time.
they will actually, mangoes will change form at times. Not all the time, but every now and again they will.
This is a cac,
Ooh.
and right there you have a Mauritius and a sweetheart lychee. This is what we call Guido avocado, which is the long one, like the Russell type, but this is the red variety. Right here is just avocados. So I have different types of avocados. I have Catalina, I have Oro Negro, I have Simmons, I have, and
Yo,
Simmons is
that's-
hard for over here, so I gotta cut
How you
that
doing,
one out.
son?
I'm doing good.
Good to
Make sure
see
it
you,
doesn't
man. All right.
So,
The cameraman today.
flowers.
Yeah, I am.
Oh wow.
Look at flowers
Ah.
at this time.
Oh my goodness, it happens sometimes.
This is a pina colada.
Pina colada. I don't have any on my trees.
Pina colada. That one
Yeah.
over there is the ice cream. How pretty the little ice cream is.
Yeah.
This is, I call this fan sapadilla. It could be, it's most likely the mollucks.
Look at Paul's shirt, y'all.
All the sporting his gear.
I
Fruitful
love it. I
trees.
love it though. Yeah.
So
And
I
got
have
me one.
the Ross sapote and I have the green sapote here. So I have them here. I have some gandules. These are Dominican gandules. They grow 8 and 9 beans per pod.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty nice. Right here, the sun was beaming hard on this guy, but it's alive. It's coming back right now. This is the China jackfruit. Right here, I have some fruit. Oh, these are all seedlings. New varieties of jackfruit. Seedlings that are coming out. So this is jackfruit, crunchy dwarf. I have bubblegum jackfruit, and I have another variety over there. And new varieties starting to come out. So even if the cold hits and it dies back, since I know they're seedlings, I know what variety they are. So. What are these?
They're long ones.
Yeah, these are long.
And what tree's that?
That's another long tree.
Now, you know these are close together.
They are close.
Okay.
I'm packing them up.
All right.
Packing them up. So over there and over here, I have Sugarloaf's sister. What is it, Kevin?
Yeah, Michelle.
Karen Michelle. That's one of your favorite, right?
Yeah, well, look, one of the best I've had this year.
So I have 2 Karen Michelle trees in the ground.
I don't blame you.
I have the 2 jackfruit trees, so the black gold and the gold nugget.
Mm.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Right there, I got the buttercream.
Mm.
Buttercream is there. I have Simmons avocados here, and I have 2 guanabana trees that actually came from Africa.
Wow.
They call it yellow guanabana. So they come out and they grow and they turn completely yellow. When you cut it open, it's white on the inside, and on the outer layer has a little bit of strawberry taste, like a berry taste. So it's guanabana and berry. So it's kind of cool.
Very nice, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for showing us around.
yeah, it's
All
cool.
right. I love New Yorker coming to Florida and planting some trees.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of us here. A lot of us here.
Yes. All right. Thank you, man. Do you have a website or YouTube channel or something?
Yeah. You could follow me on YouTube. You just punch in "Living with Mangoes," and you could go right there and you see all the videos. Pretty much what I've done so far is I'm a newbie at this, so I've just recorded some videos doing taste tests, give some information. It's more educational than anything else. It's a little different from just regular taste tests. I give a little information on the actual mango, and then I have different people. Some are newbies, some are not so newbies, and we taste them and we,